Hi everyone, happy 2022. I think I might finally have cracked this problem with the position of this curved piece that sits in the fuselage next to the wing. I was worried that the wing does have to go through there, I think, but the wing spar does. But I think it's just as far as I can tell, it's just a sort of reinforcing piece in the fuselage where the wing meets the fuselage, just to give you something to fix your fairing to, or something like that. I've been having dreadful problems with this position of this seat back. I understood that it makes sense, although I'm not sure it's explicitly stated, that this wing rib should follow that curve nicely. And I struggled, and I could only make it work if I put the seat back in what I believe to be the wrong position. Wrong according to the cumulative values, but wrong according to the individual stations, I think, but I can't remember which. My head's so fried with this, I just can't be bothered even to remember what I was doing. But the cumulative totals and the individual stations were not stacking up as far as I can tell. There it is. 925 plus 300 is 1225, not 1125. That was my issue. The last thing I'd possibly do is blame the plans. It's my fault because I'm an idiot. But in this instance, I think it's me that's right, I think. But I could only make this curve work using you see this where I said delete. This was the previous position. The new position for the seat is a bit more back here, which looks right against these plans. In my defence, to an extent, these plans are a bit difficult because they are not actually to scale. So that's 300. I think that's supposed to be 350. But as you can see, they're pretty much the same. Can I move this? The tail here, that length there is meant to be 300, and that is different to both of these. So the plans, as far as I can tell, are not actually drawn particularly to scale. They're kind of semi-scale, which is almost worse. But I think I might finally have nailed it. And what's the problem? Well, it was really just, the problem is, what's the problem? What was the problem again? The problem's kind of working out what it is that you're trying to plot and why. So if you're where the two 15mm squared kind of longer on pieces meet at the front, looks like this. I put a pin. Oh yeah, actually I've got this wrong. no, I haven't got it wrong. That's the lower one, that's the upper one. Now this piece here is tracking the bottom of the upper 15mm piece. So it follows along here. It meets the what I think is effectively, it's a sort of frame at the front of the cockpit here. So remember, this is the bottom. So there's an imaginary piece of wood in the in the empty space above this, tracking along here, like not meeting this, meeting this again with the empty space above. There's a 10mm piece above that glued to it, so that's why there's two kind of markings here. But imagine there's another, and it's cruising down here, and it's cruising down here, and it's cruising down here, down to our problem area here. And then what I did was I projected this line forward and saw that it kind of meets the where the back of this piece would be if you brought it down to meet this main longeron coming in down here. So that's what this does, comes down here, meets the bottom at the back, which isn't that. It's actually a bit further. It's a bit further back than that, but that's okay. See, I can't even get it right when I get it right. So that pin needs to be a little bit further back there. So I've done that. Oh God, and that, this has been, literally this has been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of, albeit I'm not doing a huge amount on the plane, but like enough to be really annoying and tiring and miserable. So now if I do that, so if you can imagine the wing is coming in like this, and the hypothesis is that it's supposed to match that curve, and as you can see, unless I've ballsed it up again, I think it matches that curve. So I think we're finally bloody there. I think we're there. Oh God. So, I mean, I'm still a bit unhappy about this. I don't like the idea of the plans being wrong. I had to do quite a lot of colouring in and sort of, well, inferring stuff and writing stuff in. I might have written something in incorrectly, but I don't know. I think that might be it. I think that might have cracked it. So now what I can do is I can start setting up to actually steam bend the piece of wood that I need to steam bend. Helpfully, in my big box of random nonsense, I found this really nice piece of copper pipe, which is, I think, just the right length actually, give or take a little bit, and they 15mm section piece will slide beautifully in there. Oh no, I've lost it now. Oh God, what? Right, bloody give up now. Anyway, that alone is one reason why I should never finish this aircraft and fly it, because I'm that stupid. Give me a second. Anyway, so right, I'm not going to humiliate myself by trying to continue to this. I'm trying to pick it out with a pin. Right, I'm just going to put it. There we go, done it. Right, so after that humiliating little interlude, yeah, so wallpaper steamer on this. I'll make some little wooden feet for it, I think. Maybe put some insulation around it. I don't know if that'll take 100 degrees. Steam the thing, and then I will have set up some guide blocks to, once it's steamed, I'm going to pull it out and then quickly put it into the guide blocks and let it cool down, I guess. I suppose with a pipe like this, I've only got one shot, because I'm not sure if I'd squeeze it back in again if I didn't get the curve right. But I mean, how wrong can I get it? Yeah, you will see how wrong I can get it. So there we go. So that's major, actually, to me. I mean, I was really worried about this. I was feeling like I was. It's going to be so interesting and enjoyable doing the steaming process. And it's going to feel so productive doing the blocking in and stuff, because I can't really glue at the moment because of the temperature in the workshop. I was just deeply frustrated that I was so stuck. And it's all about, it was all, in a sense, well, it was all me, and understanding exactly where, when you are sort of pinning a piece of flexible material down and trying to work out which side you need your pins, and what's up and what's down, and which is the top and which is the bottom. It's hard. It was hard for me. So anyway, that's a very quick update. I'm really glad to have something to show for myself. Again, because I was getting a bit depressed about not even being able to share anything with anyone. But I need to speak to. I'm probably gonna try and put something onto. I'm on a Facebook forum for Turbulence, but like, if that really is 650 and that really is 925, which would make sense, that really isn't 1125, that's 1225. And and that makes that number right as well. So 1125 plus 180 is 305, not 1405. 1225 plus 180 is 1405. And plus 220 is 1625. So that means I think that number there is wrong. I think it's written wrong. And I don't think that's one of the ones I had to overwrite, because it's pretty, you know, it's pretty well printed. So yeah, I'm gonna try and throw this up on the forum and just tell them they can skip all the stupid nonsense beforehand and just look at that and see if anyone else has had that issue and whether they think that I'm right. And if I'm right, I'm gonna get on with it. But if I'm right there, and I'm right with my setup of this piece, everything looks right. I know this isn't wholly to scale, I've discovered that, but things look vaguely in the right shop. Not more than vaguely in the right shop, in the right shop. So that gives me confidence. I can move on from there. So there we go. I shall stop this now. I'm going to stick this up as another vlog. It's completely unedited, although I never really edit them anyway. I should really learn how to do that. And we can. So the next video, I reckon, I'm going to bundle together, putting the. Well, I'm going to get that confirmation on this thing. Hopefully, I'm going to get those blocks in place on my build table. I'm going to get my steamer set up. I'm going to steam some wood, and then I'm going to shove it in and see what happens, and see if we survive. I don't think I need to steam the top pieces. That's just 10 by. So I think if I steam the lower part to fit, I think there's enough. I think there's enough flexibility in the upper part to just follow that curve, because it's sort of laminated on anyway, so it'll kind of laminate, I think, and be and sit there quite comfortably. So there you go. Well, anyone who's still following this, thanks very much for sticking with it so far. Desperately keen to get more stuff done and show more of what this involves. And maybe someone else somewhere out there is trying to build one of these things, and they're using these plans, and maybe this will help them. That's the main thing, really. Okay, thanks very much. 12.5 minutes, and yeah, I hope you're all safe and well, and more to follow. Goodbye.